Hi everyone, blessings everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new on this channel, you are very much welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. If you are one of the people who've been riding this journey with me and you are a village gang from the rural areas, you know what time it is and you will really resonate with what you see right now on this video. The beauty and serenity and peace that comes with the rural areas, something that everybody else in the rural areas wish for each and every single day. That's what we signed for as people who are coming from the rural areas. But yes, recently with developments that are happening in the rural areas, so much has influenced and impacted on the peace of mind that people have been wanting. It is a fact that the housing developments that are happening in the rural areas, as well as the ability for people who are coming outside of the rural areas to attain land for free in the rural areas, has impacted the rural areas in a negative way somewhere, somehow. So let's come in and chat, because I need to talk about this and we need to sit down and explore what is happening in the rural areas, what negative impact that has happened, especially with what is happening now, the rentals that people have developed, turning houses and their homes into rentals for people who are coming outside of the rural areas. We need to discuss this because there are so many people who have shown great concern about this. So let's talk as villagers. Grab a cup of coffee or a wine of some kind or any cocktail, whatever you wish to grab right now. And if you are eating, it's lunchtime wherever you are, because I know I'm talking to the Africans somewhere in the diaspora and also somewhere in the continent. And also I'm talking to South Africans that are wishing to come back to the rural areas, who have been outside of the country for so many times. So just like really join us right now wherever you are. Living in the city for quite some time now, because I am a migrant worker who's living in the city because of work. But I am from the rural areas. I love the rural areas. I appreciate the peace of mind and everything that comes with the rural areas. So being around in Johannesburg, for example, any city wherever you are, you have seen how it is to mingle with so many spirits, and trying so much for that matter to live in sanity, because you are living close, in very close proximity with so many people who are around you, who have come to the cities to work just like you are, who are also appreciating the convenience that comes with the cities and the fact that you can be able to just walk into your workplace because you live in a flat somewhere just around the corner. That is all good and fine for the cities. I have looked around and I've noticed that our rural areas are really becoming something that is different. And I've had so many comments on this channel, people complaining that yes, we are allowing development to happen in the rural areas, but we just don't want to live in a situation where we are really not having the space to breathe, because that's what people are really longing for when they are living in the rural areas. It's been a culture in the rural areas that everybody else who live around you, you either know them or you related to them because of your lineage, or they belong to your clan, or they are your family. That's just the way it has been in the rural areas. So with the developments that are happening, we are finding people building flats in the rural areas in the middle of the homes that belongs to people. So the question is development becoming our own enemy in the rural areas? As much as we are accepting development, do we have a plan of how we can maintain it and make sure that whatever we do is still close to us and the way we are wanting it to happen in the rural areas? Or we are just letting loose? Anything can just happen, and whoever is attaining land for free in the rural areas can just do as they please. Are we still having control of our rural areas, or we don't? We are having a discussion here. I told you, let's sit down, chat, so that we can be able to just explore further our developments and which direction they are taking. Truly, there must be a difference between what we see here in the cities, flats that are piling up to the sky high for people to live and be able to mingle and go to work and function every single day in a very stressful way, and also a difference between people who are living in the rural areas who want a balance between farming, subsistence living, creating employment that will leave legacies for so many families, and also build communities that are really not stressed all the time. So we are trying to navigate around this. I'm just gonna put my things here. Let's just get into the car, because that's where we are just going to have to see what is happening in the rural areas. Then I'm going to be able to explain to you what I'm talking about. So just join me, because I'm just going to take you to the rural areas, as we always do on this channel. We always explore everything that is rural areas, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We look at the developments that are happening in the rural areas, the economy that is booming, and what people are doing to make sure that they live in the rural areas and be able to create employment for others. So are we creating employment for others, or we are just like really now be consumed with just having money and making sure that we make money for ourselves, and we are forgetting about how the rural areas are going to grow to become? Okay, let me show you what I am talking about. Driving around in the rural areas, you are noticing these now. People are building rentals just in the middle of the villages, a total opposite of what we have seen somewhere in the rural areas in other places, where people are building accommodation for people who are coming to visit the villages, creating some kind of an economy boom in the tourism industry, and people who are just coming in to just sleep for a couple of days and then they go back to where they came from. But now we are finding in the middle of our villages people who are building rentals that are actually now are becoming so very modernized to accommodate those who are coming out of the rural areas, and they are trying to find a way to live in the rural areas, make their lives in the rural areas, or try to bring their families in the rural areas. This is what I have been noticing in the rural areas now. Look at this one. It's so beautiful. These are one room kind of like flats or rentals, where people now are renting out these to people who want to come in and stay. This used to be the case where people created this for people who are coming in for employment in the rural areas, just because they are coming in to work as nurses and coming in to work as teachers and whatever, because there's nothing else much like factories that are in the rural areas. But as the rural areas are developing and we are becoming really coming closer to the cities, we are seeing a lot of this. Hear me right, I am not opposing this, but I'm really trying to find a way that we can be able to have a very good plan of how can these be located, so that they won't be in the middle of the other houses where people are trying to live peacefully, and now they are finding themselves having to live with people they do not know, or people they do not trust, because they do not know these people. It's becoming very, very much of a concern. The more we develop and the more we have access to building and infrastructure that we are gaining to be able to build as much as we can, and be having money to be able to build as villagers, we are losing a little bit of our space, which is our grazing space, which is the space that we should be using for farming, for example. As an advocate for our youth, especially South African youth, to go and seize land in the rural areas, acquire land which is their ancestral land, occupy it, develop it, and make sure that they sustain it. I'm trying to find a plan of how can we be able to sustain it without destroying it. So guys, it's something to think about. Let's talk about these issues. Comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are, because I would like to have a discussion with you, and so that we can get some kind of direction, because we love our rural areas, but we don't want them to turn into something that we do not want them to be. So guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you, and this was just a conversation. We do not have to fight on comments, but we just have to respect each other's opinion and be able to grow together. So when you're commenting, please make sure that you comment on a positive note, and please be a building person and be a community builder and be a person who is inspiring and motivating, and also building each other, because that's what we do. That's what we want to do in this channel. So thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Until the next ride to the rural areas next Sunday, I will see you then. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video.